Hey everyone, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel and happy April Fool's Day. And I figured what better way to celebrate April Fool's Day but talk about April Fool's Day from Kino Lorber. And I was blown away with just how good this looked. I think Kino is really doing some of the best 4K restorations out there. And I think this movie is definitely something that it's very apparent when you watch this. It looks amazing. Um, Again, I haven't seen this film in quite some time, but I remember the last time I saw this was probably back on like a VHS back in the day. That's really how long it's been since I've seen this film. So, of course, anything's going to look better than the VHS at this point. But I will say that it's absolutely it's cleaned up. It looks amazing. It really, really does. From 1986, and yeah, it's one of those films that it's a slasher, who done it type of film, and with a little twist here and there. I don't want to spoil anything if you haven't seen the film, but I would say take out maybe a couple of little things here and there, and I really think it's one of those films that if you have somebody who is maybe kind of like on that brink of wanting to get into horror films and maybe want to start with something a little bit light kind of slasher, this might be the way to go because like I said, there's a couple little things here and there that you could take out of the film. It might be a little bit too much for a younger audience, but I think for the most part, this is a very accessible film to to a younger crowd. Even though with the R rating, I think it is it's accessible to a lot of people, and and going back and watching it, does it hold up? I mean, that's really a question. Does it hold up after being so many years watching? I remember the boat scene. We know the boat scene. If you've seen the film, there's a scene that takes place with this man getting like his face kind of like chopped up with a boat. A little bit of a spoiler, but it happens early enough in the film that it's kind of like it's not going to really ruin things too much. But that is one of the scenes that always stayed with me. When I think about this film, but I kind of forgot, where the film goes towards the end of it. But you know what? I would say, does it, again, does it hold up? That's the question. I think it's good. I don't think it's the greatest slasher out there, or who done it type film. And really what the kind of vibe that I get from this, because it does have that R rating, I get like Clue, like the movie Clue with Tim Curry. Obviously not as funny as that film, but it's kind of has like that, more horror style to it. Unlike Clue is like more straight up who done it. This one just again with the lends itself with the slasher aspect of the film and who's committing the murders. But yeah, I mean it's a good film. I don't think it doesn't hit me as much as it did back when I was younger. Watching it now, but still I think it's a good film. I guess if you want to get a younger crowd into it, if you know somebody younger, who wants to get into horror films, again, a crowd of maybe younger people who want to get into horror films, this might be the way to go. Maybe you have that crowd just looking for something a little scary, but not something that's gonna, really, go over the top. We're not talking Terrifier or anything like that. But this might be that kind of film. For me, I think it's a good film that you just, you could pop on if you're just looking for something to watch. It's not going to change the game at all, but I still think it's an enjoyable film for what it is. And like I said, Kino did a really, really great job with the restoration with this one. This is, of course, the 4K Ultra HD set. The 4K has our film, and there's a Blu-ray that has our special features with this. But I love that image. I think this is a really good image. Kind of gives you an idea. It's a party. There's going to be a group of friends. That's kind of what the premise of this film is. You have a group of friends who, are on the brink of graduation, from college, and they're going to be they're going to spend the weekend at a friend's house, and that's really on a lake, and that's kind of like where this whole thing takes place on this lake at this this girl's house, and you know again, it's a good film with a pretty solid cast. I think you're going to recognize a lot of faces in this film. If you go watch a lot of 80s movies, you're going to recognize some of the faces within the film itself. Now, as far as special features go, we have audio commentary of film historian Howard S. Berger. We have Horror with a Twist, parts 1 and 2, interview with director Fred Walton. Well of Lies, interview with actress Deborah Goodrich Royce. Looking Forward to Dessert, interview with actor Clayton Rohner. Bloody Unforgettable, interview with composer Charles Bernstein. And The Eye of Deception, interview with cinematographer Charles Minsky. Also TV spots and trailer included. So sometimes we don't get too many special features with these keynote releases, but this one, yeah, we got some special features. So real quick, like I said, take this out. I was hoping for maybe some reversible artwork, but we don't have that. But that's okay. Again, same as our slip. And on the inside, we have our Kino 4K Ultra HD disc right here and our Blu-ray special features disc on this side. So again, and it runs at 89 minutes. So it's a brisk, quick kind of, sit down and watch it. It goes fairly quickly. Before you know it, things are just happening in this film. So for that, I definitely, would recommend it. Yeah, definitely not a bad film. Like I said, if you're really just trying to get that, getting somebody younger into horror films, this might be the way to go. So, guys, like, subscribe, and comment if you get the chance. Happy April Fool's Day to you. And yeah, check out April Fool's Day from Kino Lorber. Guys, I'll catch you in another video. Bye.